piggyback off of that real quick before it's almost time for the featured speaker right now, is that, you know, if you become an ambassador, we understand that you have a business to run. You're not obligated to be here every week. The more ambassadors we have, let's say you can only make 2 meetings per month, or 2 out of the 3, or 1 out of the, 2 out of the 4 meetings, or 1 out of the 4, whatever it is that month, that's okay. As long as we have somebody running the meeting, that's no problem at all. So if you're interested, come and see us afterwards, and we'll give you more information on that. Okay, so now it's time for our featured speaker, and we have a tradition here at the GNA. And Rick, since you're the featured speaker, do you know what that tradition is?
I have to leave the building.
That's right, you have to go all the way to the back, Rick. So start walking, keep going, it's a nice day.
Yes.
Probably a little bit cooler up there than here. Almost like a sauna. And that way, Rick, you can make that grand entrance.
It actually is cooler out here. Can I speak out here?
I believe you, my friend. I believe you, my friend. So, Rick Craig. I met Rick a few years ago, and we were trying to remember where it was at, because we've seen each other so many places. We believe it was the San Jose Chamber of Commerce at one of the mixers there. And what I really liked about Rick is that he has a really outgoing personality. He's like a light bulb that's 150 watts plus all the time. He brings a lot of positive energy, and that's something, you know, that really makes me feel comfortable to do business with somebody like that. You know, the types of people that, I'll be honest, that I don't enjoy doing business with are people that are just too overly serious. If I don't have an emotional connection with you, I mean, seriously, if you don't have an emotional connection with somebody, are you going to want to do business with someone? It's going to be a pretty rough transaction, which is probably going to cost you more in time than the commission or money you make, right? So that's what I love about Rick. He's such a positive guy. Rick is actually with Cbeyond, and he's going to be discussing small business communication efficiencies and the use of the cloud to secure critical data. So I'll just give you a brief bio of Rick. Rick, I got this off your Facebook page, even though I know what you do, but I'm going to read it. So Rick Craig is a sales consultant for Cbeyond and provides IT and communication services to small businesses throughout the United States. He offers more than 30 productivity-enhancing applications, including local and long-distance voice, broadband internet, mobile services, flip the page here, including BlackBerry and Android devices, broadband laptop access, voicemail, email, web hosting, fax to email, data backup, file sharing, virtual private networking, and cloud servers. So on that note, I'd like you all to please stand up and rise to your feet. Please stand up and rise to your feet and give a big warm GNA welcome to Rick Craig! Come on down, Rick!
I'm coming. I gotta have my technology. I can't move without it.
That's right, I've been waiting for this for quite a long time.
Gotta have my technology.
Come here, Rick, give me a little love when it starts. Thanks, Rick, for being here today.
I love it.
It's all yours.
Thank you.
You got it.
Mind if I pass these things out here? A couple of little brochures or some inserts in there. Thank you very, very much. As Elias said, my name is Rick Craig. And I'm going to steal this table. And I am with a company called Cbeyond. How many people have heard of Cbeyond? Yes! 1, 2, 3, 4 people have heard of Cbeyond. Awesome. Well, that's good. For those of you who don't know, Cbeyond is spelled with a C. And the word beyond. So that's kind of a joke running around. That's kind of a joke that I use. See beyond. And it's kind of a play on words if you think about it, because we can see beyond, let's say we can see beyond the future. One of the challenges that we have as business people, and before I get started here, how many people here have an office, work in an office, have multiple people in an office? 2, a couple of them there. How many people know people like that? Oh, that's much better. I love to see some hands go up because I like to help people who have small businesses. This must be what it's like with the spotlight. I mean, it's just unbelievable. I'm glad I'm not in the theater. So, my background, Elias was kind of giving you a brief bio of what my company does and what I do for a living. And I have a tech background. I spent about 23 years in the IT field helping people solve IT and communication issues. I spent 12, 13 years working for a company, configuring file servers, selling to Fortune 1000 companies, helping big businesses get big solutions to their problems. After that, I was a little tired of the Fortune 1000 people, and I started my own little consulting business back in the suburbs of Chicago, and did quite well. Did 7 years there, where I started the business on my own, built it, ran it, and then sold it, and moved out to California to kind of semi-retire, if you will. And I spent 3 years helping a small business, helping people network like we do here, helping them build their business. I've always loved to help people be successful in their business. When the opportunity to work for Cbeyond came along, I said, this is perfect. This is perfect because I could help that small business owner, that medium business owner, with the challenges that they face every day and make their life so much easier. So, what I'd like to do to get started here, and I've got a little bit of my technology. So in my technology, I use a BlackBerry. I use an Android. I use a laptop and a laptop wireless card so that I can communicate with my office. So with all of that technology, I wanted to ask you guys what you use. How do you stay in contact with your customers, with your vendors, and with your employees, should you have any? How about yourself? You're new here.
Yes.
So you're out in Phoenix.
I use my Droid, my iPad, and my laptop.
Okay. And anything else? Just the laptop?
But yeah.
And no desktops at home or anything like
Well,
that?
I have a desktop. That's my personal thing.
Okay.
I use my laptop for business.
Okay. Anybody else have something besides those 3 items? Len? iPhone. Anybody else have an iPhone?
iPhone. Hold that up, please.
We all phone. iPhone is extremely popular. I love that technology. It does. Apple does some things that are very creative, which I love, and some of those things, when we're not Apple people, elude us, such as that constant updating with the iCloud and all that stuff. We don't have that fortune when we're on the IBM or the Android or the BlackBerry, right? What other tools do you guys use to stay in contact with people? Bill?
Tin cans and string.
Tin cans and string. We need to bring you up to date a little bit. See me after this because I will take care of you for sure.
Tin cans and string.
My goodness gracious. And is there a particular brand of can that you like?
Campbell's.
Campbell's can. Soup can, I'm assuming? Okay, and is that wine or is that real, like string?
String.
Alright, just making sure. You're not too bad off that. You pull that real tight. It's just getting it down the street. Anyway, enough of you.
Maybe he's not your ideal client.
He might not be, but
Yeah, but you know what? You're not going to forget him when he leaves today based on what he said. Yeah.
So how about calendars? Anybody use a calendar to keep track of their world? Usually have it on your iPhone?
Digital calendar.
Digital calendar? Anybody have one of those big paper ones?
I still do.
What's that? Still use the little book, right? Okay. How about, where do you store all your important data, like your financials? Anybody here do financials? Anybody here making money?
Of course, we have to.
All your financials. QuickBooks, any users? Couple
Well,
QuickBooks
backed
users?
up.
Quicken,
Yep.
Peachtree, spreadsheet, bank account, anything? Okay. How about customer lists?
Oh,
Your
yeah.
databases.
Outlook.
Infusionsoft? Okay, that's a server-based, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a CRM.
Okay.
It's pretty good, actually. Yeah.
Retail's a CRM too, and Salesforce.
So you're using the cloud there? Okay.
Send out cards.
Send out cards. Yeah, absolutely. Any other calendar programs, financial programs that you guys talk about? Any other important data that you have that you like to keep safe? How many people did a backup today? 1, 2, 3. 3 backups. We have 20 people in here?
I did one yesterday. I do that at night. Yeah.
And you have to manually do that?
Manually do it,
You
yeah.
ever forget?
Every so often.
Don't you hate it?
Yeah.
Then you go, oh God, I forgot to back up. I hope nothing happened.
Right.
Okay? So backups, very, very important. Being an IT guy for 23 years, my #1 pet peeve. I literally would threaten to charge customers to come in and change their tape, back in the tape days, change their tape if they didn't do it themselves every morning. And I charged $100 an hour to do it. And after a week, they kind of got the idea that I was serious, because they held me responsible for keeping their data safe. I was their IT guy. Well, if you're going to hold me responsible, you need to do what I tell you. And at $500 a week to take your tape out and put it in, they figured out that that was pretty important.
You only have to back up things that you can't afford.
That you can't afford to lose. Yeah. That's right. So this presentation, we don't have to back it up. That's a good thing. That's a very, very good thing. I'm trying to keep track of my time, Elias. I don't want to run over.
I'll give you a 5-minute warning.
You give me the 5 minutes?
You're good, you're good.
The hook? Okay. Okay. So, all of those applications are great. How many people are familiar with the cloud? Just the general term. Okay, pretty much everybody. For those of you who don't know about the cloud, we don't have any today, and I'm going to be punished for it. No clouds, but the cloud, how many people here use the internet? Okay, then everybody here now uses the cloud. You've officially been blessed into the cloud world. You use the cloud. The cloud is a computer that is not something that you take care of, but you access data from. So that would be any website, any web server, anything that you are not responsible for, but you use. Okay? And the world is kind of going towards the cloud, in case you guys haven't noticed. So the last research that I looked at, some stuff in PC Magazine and CRM, all state that about 74% of small businesses today are actually looking at the cloud as a way of running their business. Okay? So we all have our desktops, our PCs, our iPhones, and our iPads, right? We're all running from there, but that data has to be someplace. And a lot of people now are backing it up to the iCloud, or they're finding some other source of outsourced area to back their stuff up into the cloud. The cloud can be used for so many things now. And here's the benefit to you guys. The ones here that are growing their business, just starting out, only have maybe 1 or 2 employees, maybe 3 or more, starting to grow their business. And now they're starting to have to get the real toys to run their business. I got to think about a phone system. I got to think about getting a file server. I got to think about getting additional PCs. As soon as you start thinking about getting all that stuff, the dollar signs start to add up. Now we start to talk about the things that big companies start to talk about, capital expenditures. Right? You got to get a file server, 10 grand. Buy a piece of hardware, have somebody put it in, $10,000 right up front, just like that. Go down here to Best Buy and buy a computer. Now you need to get a professional file server. Backups, having your IT guy actually take care of that for you. Because your job is to go out and do what you do for a living. Make money. Doing what you do, not taking care of IT stuff. We might be able to do it and might be able to love doing it. But that's not how we make our money. So, you're going to start to look for these solutions. A phone system. Anybody price a phone system lately? Yeah? 6, 7, 8,000, 10,000, 20,000 on some of these things? They're huge. And then you got to maintain it. You got to get a maintenance contract for it. You got to keep it running. You hire a new employee. You got to have somebody reprogram the darn thing because that extension doesn't exist today, so somebody's got to put it in there. All of these things, as a small business owner, you're going to face. I faced it when I had my small business, when I had my consulting firm, and I had employees working for me. I had 2 people working for me. I thought I was the king. I thought I was great because I had an IT company that had 2 people working for me. It was wonderful. One answered the phone, and one did service, and I did service. I didn't need a phone system yet, but there happened to be one in the office I rented, so I used it, and it was kind of a pain because I had to learn how to program it and do all that stuff. So, as a small business, you're going to face a lot of these tasks and challenges as it grows. The best part about it, and the reason I work for this company, is because Cbeyond and other small companies, and I'm not saying you got to come to Cbeyond, all there's a lot of small companies out there that will work with other small businesses and help them achieve simplicity in their life. The best part is not to spend all of your money upfront on capital expenditures. I think it's far more efficient and makes good budgeting sense to spend more operational expenses. Let somebody else take care of this stuff. Your phone system now can be in the cloud. It's voice over IP. You have a phone. It's connected to the internet through your computer, which is connected to a phone system that you don't have to take care of. And how do you handle that? You pay for it by the month. You might pay $99 to get 5 phone lines in your office. $99 a month. Now, if you had to spend $6,000 or $7,000 to get that exact same service, which makes sense to you as a small business owner, knowing you can pay $99 a month and write that off at the end of the year. I'm not a tax person, but check with your tax consultant. But typically, you know what that expense is going to be every month. Or have a $6,000 system that you use for 6 months and something happens to it and I got to call somebody in to fix it or add something to it. Have that somebody be a company that maintains it for you. In the cloud, you don't have to worry about it. In expansion, you hire 2 new people, you click a button, you got 2 new phone lines. They got all the functionality, you already have your extensions, everything's ready to roll. You don't have to worry about it. You make it simple. You don't even have to think about it anymore. It's just $100 a month, done. Servers. There are 2 different kinds of servers out there, and they're up in the cloud. A virtual server, which means we think it's got an identity crisis. You think it's a server, but it doesn't know. It's virtually a server. And then there's the dedicated server. So a virtual server is for smaller little projects. You got your QuickBooks on your computer, your laptop. God, I hope you don't lose it. Hope that hard drive doesn't crash. I know I carry my QuickBooks or my Quicken around on one of these little dudes, right? We all use these things. Little flash drive.
That's secured, right?
Absolutely. Encrypted 7 ways to Sunday. If you can get it out of my pocket, all that data is yours.
It will self-destruct, right?
That's right. You pull the top off or on. This is how most people back up their stuff. This is where they put it. They put it in their pocket or they put it in their desk drawer. Okay? So your computer's at the office and your backup's in the desk drawer and you have a fire. Hello. No longer does your data exist anywhere. It can be a very scary thing. If you take your QuickBooks and you put it up in the cloud on a virtual server, not only is it safe and secure, it's guaranteed uptime so you can access it whenever, wherever you have an internet connection and a computer, and it's always available. 100% guaranteed uptime on a virtual server.
Unless there are thunderstorms in the cloud.
Unless there's thunderstorms. They get thunderstorms in our data center. We got problems. But I will tell you, it's the safest place to have it because the backups are made every night. There's probably 100 to 200 different virtual servers on one computer box. So we take a snapshot of everybody. So if anything ever were to happen, your data is safe and secure. You want to do your due diligence and make sure you research the people that host your cloud environment, your cloud servers and all those things, and make sure these are reputable companies. They're not running a server out of their garage. Make sure these are places that are secure physically and secured from a data standpoint, and that they are accredited and audited to what we call a SOC level 2 or 3, and this will bore the heck out of you, so I won't go into it, but it's a level of security that is the highest and that the military will use. So you want to make sure that your data is secure, not in somebody's garage. Because there is no redundancy, there is no backup, there is no anything. Might be a server, might be up 2 servers or another drive, but it's not secured. Keep wondering why they build all these data centers here in Silicon Valley. All the experts say that the data centers here in Silicon Valley, if we have that next big earthquake, or I should say when we have that next big earthquake, 30% of the spindles, in other words the hard drives, 30% of those will fail. Even if they're on their platforms with their springs and all that stuff. You want to make sure your data center is situated in a place away from natural disasters as much as possible. So look for a place that's in Alaska, or look for a place that's in Louisville, Kentucky, or look for a place that's just not sitting on a vault. I don't get it. Anyway, virtual servers are the most inexpensive way of protecting your data. Get a virtual server, put your data up in the cloud, and then you have access to it anytime, anywhere in the world via what we call a remote desktop. So you're actually using our computers or the remote computer, the virtual server, and you're using that computer. So you never have to upgrade, you never have to worry about it, it's always there. You want to add more stuff to it, it's virtual, you can do it immediately at the click of a button. For those companies that have bigger things going on in their world and they have big applications that reside on servers, dedicated servers. Looks like it's in your office, but it's not. It's way away. So somebody else is taking care of it. Somebody else is maintaining it and patching it and fixing it if it breaks and giving you a specific amount of time that they'll have it up and running. Anybody ever have a server fail, Bill? When your tin cans gave up?
Yeah.
What's the fastest you've ever gotten a server back up after it's failed?
Probably about 3 hours.
About 3 hours. And that was what, a hard drive?
That was a hard drive.
One hard drive. Take one out, put one back.
Usually about 2 days.
Usually about 2 days. How many people can afford to be without their critical data, critical information for 2 days?
No one. No one.
No. Okay. Look for some place that can keep your stuff up and running 100% of the time or as close to it as possible. The companies that I know of, the one I work for, 4 hours. That's your guarantee, the longest you'll ever be down from a failure. Typically 30 minutes. If you have some kind of massive failure, 30 minutes. They take the computer out, put the new computer in, and they're back up and running. Look for organizations that can support you like that. Don't trust your business to you. Because your business is what you do. If you're a broker, real estate person, if you're a fashion designer, if you're an IT guy, even an IT guy is busy doing other people's stuff. The last person as an IT guy that got his stuff fixed was me. So if I had a problem, it was a problem for a while because I had to take care of everybody else first. So as your business grows, let you gradually do it and do it as an expense instead of a big amount of money up front. And you will find, Bill's going to shoot me afterwards because I'm taking all his business away. You're going to find that you will be happy. You still need IT professionals. You still need them because they're the people who are going to put your data in the cloud and manage it for you and upgrade your software, take care of any software issues you have. Thank you. And guys like Bill are the guys that you want to talk to about doing that, and they'll help you with the virtualization of your office. So it's really nice when you can be sitting here like we do at Cbeyond. We use we eat the dog food that we sell, right? So they assigned us a BlackBerry and a laptop and a data card, so I can actually access somebody's order if I'm sitting in front of them. I can actually do an order online, send it to them, have them e-verify it, sign it, and give them a copy of it signed while I'm sitting at their desk without having to go anywhere. You think customers like that? They like that efficiency? Great. Now, I know I've talked about a lot of stuff and I probably put all of you guys to sleep, so I apologize. I've got my sleepometer in the back. She's supposed to yawn and let me know I was being boring. I didn't
It's not you, it's the weather, Rick.
It's the weather.
It just heated up all of a sudden.
So let me ask you this. I'm open to any questions. Does anybody have any questions about virtualizing, making your business safer, sounder in the cloud? Nothing. See, I didn't put him to sleep.
No questions?
No questions. Well, if that's the case, I gave you some information. I'll have my business card up here. You can grab it. And if you've got any questions, please feel free to call me. I will guide you. If Cbeyond is a great solution for you, I will recommend it. But I will also not afraid to send you in other directions that might be more appropriate if so. And I really do like to help the small business guys succeed. So Please keep your data safe and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick. Give Rick another big round of applause.